Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you? May Allah Pak keep all of you safe and healthy and bless you with a happy long life. Ameen. Topic of today's lecture is basic mathematical tools, demand and its meaning. First of all, we are going to discuss variables and kinds of variables. Variables are changeable quantities, or variable is a symbol whose value gets changed. We define variable as something which is measurable and can take on different values or a set of values. Variables used in economics are price, cost, output, wages, national income, etc. In mathematics, generally we use the alphabet X, Y, Z, U, V as variables. We represent variables in the form of X, Y, Z in mathematics. But in economics, the general practice is to use the first letter of the word. For example, we represent variable price with P, cost with C, utility by U, demand by D, supply by S, etc., etc. Kinds of variables. First kind is continuous variable. A continuous variable is a one which can take on any value within its range. Such a variable does not have any gap or interval. For example, speed of a car, height of a person. All these are continuous variables. If the speed changes from 10 km to 30 km, then speed must pass through all the possible values between 10 to 30. You can see in the graphs, graph A, B and C, all the three graphs are representing continuity of a variable. There is no gap in these graphs. So we can say continuous variable or such a variable does not have any gap or interval. Discontinuous variables. Discontinuous variables are those variables which assume values with gaps. Curve of a discontinuous variable consists of various pieces. You can see in the graph these dotted lines here. In graph first, you can see the dotted lines. These dotted lines indicates the discontinuity. In the second graph, you can see a discontinuity over here. This shows that there is a break in a line, there is a discontinuity in a line. So we can say curve of a discontinuous variable consists of various pieces. Independent and dependent variables. An independent variable is the one which changes values at its own and is not dependent on others for its values. Whereas dependent variable is the one whose value is dependent on the values of independent variable. For example, we are taking two variables, price and quantity. Price is an independent variable because price changes at its own. So when price changes, there occurs a change in a demand. Demand depends upon a price. Suppose price increases, result will be demand decreases. Here price is an independent variable, whereas demand is a dependent variable. Increase or decrease in demand depends upon price. When we show the relationship of variables through equations, we always write independent variable on the right hand side of an equation and dependent variable on the left hand side of an equation. Constants and parameters. Constant is a number that has a fixed value or whose value remains fixed during a discussion. For example, q equals to 20 minus 2p. Q and p are variables. They can assume any value, but 20 and 2 are constant and they will remain constant throughout the discussion. Parameters. Parameters are those symbols whose values are assumed constant in one situation and may have different values in some other situation. For example, q equals to 100 minus 5p. Here 100 and 5 are constant in this situation and the values may change in an other situation. These are known as parametric constants also. Now, demand and its meaning. There are two ways to define a demand, in an ordinary language and in economics. In ordinary or in common language, demand means desire and need. The word demand, desire, need are used in the same meaning. But in economics, the word demand is used in three senses. Firstly, demand equals to desire plus purchasing power, or demand is an effective desire to buy something. For example, suppose a person desires to get a motorcycle. He knows the price and has enough money to buy one. If he has enough money to buy the motorcycle, his desire becomes demand. But if he is just empty pocket, he has a desire but no demand. Secondly, demand equals to quantity purchased. Demand is actually the amount of a quantity which is purchased by a consumer. If in a hockey match, the price of a ticket is rupees 50 and total tickets sold are 1000, then 1000 is the demand for tickets at this price. And thirdly, we define demand as a schedule showing negative relationship between price and quantity demanded. When we represent the schedule or a relationship between price and quantity demanded in the form of a table, that table is known as demand schedule. Individual and market demand. Individual demand is a schedule of a quantity demanded by a single buyer. Market demand is the total demand of all the buyers in the market, and it is obtained by adding the individual demand. You can see in the graph or in table. Here you can see. In table, in first column, price of milk is given. In second column, demand of three persons A, B and C is given. Whereas in third column, aggregate demand is given or market demand is given, which we get by adding the demand of all the three persons. Suppose at price 40, person A is demanding 4 liters of milk, B is demanding nothing, C is demanding 2 liters of milk. At price 40, market demand is 4 plus 0 plus 2 equals to 6. When price decreases to 30, demand of person A increases to 6. Now person B also is demanding 2 liters of milk. Demand of person C also increases. It increases to 3. And market demand becomes 6 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 11. Further reduction in price leads to an increase in demand. You can see when price decreases to 20, demand of person A becomes 8 liters, B demand 4 liters, C demand 4 liters. And market demand at price 20 will be 8 plus 4 equals to 16. When we add individual demands horizontally, we get market demand curve. You can see in the figure, prices we are plotting on y-axis, quantity we are plotting on x-axis. In figure A, demand of person A is plotted. In figure B, we are plotting demand of person B, and in C, we are plotting demand of person C. Whereas in aggregate, when we take the demand in fourth graph, we are plotting that demand in aggregate form, which is known to be a market demand. Now at price 40 here, you can see person A is demanding 4 liters of milk. Now at 20 rupees, person A is demanding 8 liters of milk. At 20, person A is demanding 8 liters of milk. When you join these points, you get a curve. That curve is known as demand curve. By joining these points, this is demand curve of person A. Likewise, at price 40, demand of person B is 0. Here it is. At 20, demand of person B is 4 liters of milk. By joining it, we get the demand curve of person B. Now, in C figure or graph number C, you can see at 40, person C is demanding 2 liters of milk. This is 40, 2 liters of milk. And 4 liters of milk at price 20. Here you can see. Now by joining these points, you will get a curve. That curve will be known as a demand curve of person C. When we add up all the 3 demands, we get a market demand. Here at price 40, market demand is 6, and at price 20, market demand is 16. By joining these curves, we get a market demand curve. This you can see over here. This one is market demand curve. So we get market demand by adding all the demands of all the individuals at a particular day on different prices. This is all for today, students. Till next lecture, enjoy yourself. May Allah Pak keep you safe and healthy. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.